Welcome back to the channel. My people, pay close attention when an American TV host like Bill Maher, who openly says he is not a Christian, can boldly cry out that Christians in Nigeria are being systematically wiped out. Then you know the truth can no longer be hiding. He said over 100,000 Christians have been killed in Nigeria. He said it looks like a systematic attempt to wipe out Christians from an entire nation. But here's the shocking part. This is the same thing Nnamdi Kanu has been shouting for years. He warned that one Nigeria is a scam, that the real agenda is domination, oppression, and now the world is beginning to confirm it. Stay with me, because what we hear in this video will shock you. It connects global voices, Kanu prophecy, and the dark reality on the ground.
Nigeria, I mean, the fact that this issue has not gotten on people's radar.
Right, no one's talking about it.
It's pretty amazing. If you don't know what's going on in Nigeria, your media sources suck. You are in a bubble. Not, and again, I'm not a Christian, but they are systematically killing the Christians in Nigeria. They've killed over 100,000 since 2009. They've burned 18,000 churches. This is so much more. These are their Islamists, Boko Haram. This is so much more of a genocide attempt than what is going on in Gaza. They are literally attempting to wipe out the Christian population of an entire country. Where are the kids protesting this?
Thank you. Because no one will talk about it, so thank you.
Absolutely.
You just heard it. That was not from an activist in Enugu or a protester in Aba. That was from Bill Maher speaking in America to millions of viewers worldwide. The world is beginning to see the truth Nigeria has been hiding. And in this video, I will break down 10 powerful facts that prove Nnamdi Kanu was right all along. That one Nigeria is not unity, it is slavery. That what is happening is not accidental, but systematic. Still to the very end, because in last segment, I will reveal the one truth the Nigerian government cannot answer, the question that destroys the very foundation of one Nigeria. Kanu's warning comes alive. For years, Nnamdi Kanu has shouted at the top of his voice that Nigeria is a zoo. He said that in this zoo, Christians in the South and Middle Belt would be the target of systematic killings. Many mocked him. Some laughed and said he was exaggerating. Others dismissed him as a rebel. But today, look around. What do we see? Entire communities wiped out. Churches burned. Villages attacked in the night. And hundreds buried in mass graves. Now, even global voices are saying exactly what Kanu warned about. Bill Maher, an American host who is not even a Christian, said it openly. Christians in Nigeria are being systematically killed. Over 100 have gone. My people, when outsiders confirm what you have been shouting, then the truth is undeniable. This is the painful reality. Nnamdi Kanu saw it long before the world. He called it by its name. The Nigerian government locked him up, and yet his prophecy has come alive. What he warned about is now happening in plain sight. Over 100,000 Christians killed. Bill Maher did not pull his number from thin air. He spoke about over 100,000 Christians killed. Let us pause and think about that. That number is bigger than the population of some entire towns. Imagine a city like Lafia completely wiped out. Imagine every house empty, every church in ruins, every school abandoned. That is what 100,000 lives represent. But here is the shocking part. Despite these deaths, the Nigerian government as thought nothing is happening. They bury reports. They call attackers unknown gunmen. They downplay the numbers. They silence the victims. But numbers do not lie. Families are crying. Mothers are mourning. Villages are displaced. The graveyard are full. This is not random violence. This is not isolated incident. This is a systematic, it has a pattern, and it is happening in Christian-dominated areas. Benue, Plateau, Southern Kaduna, Enugu, Ebonyi, the blood of the innocent is speaking. Yet, the leaders in Abuja pretend not to hear. And this is exactly what Nnamdi Kanu called Nigeria a scam. Because what kind of country ignores the slaughter of 100,000 of its own citizens? Selective blindness of government. Let us ask ourselves a hard question. Why does the Nigerian government react quickly when it comes to IPOB, but stay silent when terrorists massacre entire village? When IPOB members march with flags, soldiers are deployed, communities are raided, young men are rounded up and thrown into detention. But when heavily armed S-men storm villages, killing children and burning houses and chasing farmers away, the government say unknown gunmen. Suddenly, they cannot see. Suddenly, they cannot act. This selective blindness is the cancer destroying Nigeria. It is why Nnamdi Kanu kept asking, who benefits from this silence? Why are the peaceful protesters treated like criminals while real killers roam free? Even Amnesty International and Human Rights Watch have documented this hypocrisy, but the government does not want to admit it, because admitting it means exposing the truth that Nigeria is not one country. It is two nations forced together, and one is treated as superior while the other is treated as disposable. My people, if the government cannot see the killers, maybe it is because they do not want to see them. The Fulani expansion agenda Kanu won long ago. The Fulani have an agenda. They want to expand, dominate, and control Nigeria through fear and bloodshed. Many dismiss this as conspiracy theory, but look at the evidence today. From Benue to Plateau, from Enugu to Ondo, Fulani Esme attacks follow the same pattern. Villages are invaded at night. Farmers are shot. Women are raped. Crops are destroyed. Survivors are forced to flee, leaving their ancestral land behind slowly. Communities are displaced, and the attackers take over. Is this random? No. It is systematic. It is planned. It is deliberate. This is why people call it the Fulani expansion agenda. It is why Kanu insisted that Nigeria was built as a tool for domination, not unity. And today, the evidence is everywhere. The South and Middle Belt are bleeding, while the perpetrators are shaded by power. The bitter truth is this: if you cannot see the agenda by now, then you are choosing blindness, because the facts are too many to ignore. Global voices joining the cry. It is no longer just IPOB or Nnamdi Kanu shouting about this killing. Today, international voices are speaking up. Amnesty International has writing reports. Human Rights Watch has documented attacks. Even the United Nations has received petition, and now public figures like Maher are calling it what it is: a systematic attempt to wipe out Christians. This is powerful because it shows the truth can no longer be hidden. For years, the Nigerian government said these are isolated clashes, but when outsiders with no personal agenda look at the facts and declare it a genocide, then the cover-up begins to collapse. And yet, Nnamdi Kanu was the first to cry out. He was the first to say that Nigeria is not a country but a killing field. Now the world is finally waking up, but at what cost? Hundreds of thousands are already dead. Villages are gone, lives destroyed. The shame is this: outsiders see what Nigeria leaders pretend not to see. One Nigeria is a scam. One Nigeria is a scam. Let us ask a simple question. If one Nigeria is real, then why is justice selective? Why is protection unequal? Why do some die while others are shaded? Nnamdi Kanu said it from the beginning. One Nigeria is a scam. It is a lie told to keep people enslaved under a false sense of unity. Because what unity exists in a land where some tribes are rewarded while others are slaughtered? What independence exists in a country where terrorists are released but agitators are jailed? Unity without justice is slavery. Freedom without equality is a lie. That is why protesters keep shouting there is no one Nigeria, there is only domination. And Bill Maher's words confirm it when foreigners describe Nigeria as a land where Christians are being wiped out. Then the idea of one happy family under the green, white, green flag is dead. One Nigeria is not a dream, it is a nightmare. The silence genocide. What makes this genocide dangerous is this silence. It does not always make front page news. It does not trend on TV every day. It happens in villages at night away from the cameras. But talk to the people. Every family in the Middle Belt and South knows someone who has been attacked, killed, or displaced. They can tell you stories of fathers shot in their farms, of children buried in shallow graves, of mothers still missing. This is why Nnamdi Kanu call it genocide, because it is not loud, but it is deadly. It is not sudden, but it is systematic. Slowly, silently, Christians are being wiped out, one village at a time. And yet, the government pretends not to see. They only react when protests shake the street. This silence is not ignorance, it is complicity. Because to stay quiet in the face of mass killings is to approve them. This genocide may be silent, but the graves are not. International shame. When people like Bill Maher speak out, Nigeria's government feels exposed. They want the world to see parades, flags, fireworks on October 1st, not protests, killings, and bloodshed. But truth cannot be hidden forever. On Independence Day, they wave the flags on TV, but outside Nigeria, people are shouting, this is fake freedom. International protests in London, Washington, and Berlin are embarrassing the government. Human rights reports are embarrassing the government. And now, even American TV shows are embarrassing the government. This is international shame. And it proves Nnamdi Kanu right. Once again, he said Nigeria will become a livestock before the world because of its advocacy. And today, it is happening live. The flag is stained. The anthem is hollow. Independence is fake. The fear of Kanu's voice. Why is Nnamdi Kanu still locked up in DSS custody after more than 4 years? Why did the government disobey court orders to release him? The answer is simple. They fear his voice. Kanu is not in prison because he carry a gun. He is in prison because he carried the truth. He connected the dots that others were afraid to connect. He said Nigeria was never designed to succeed. He said the killings were part of a bigger agenda. And today, his words are echoing everywhere. This is why the government fears him, because bullets cannot silence ideas, because prisons cannot silence the truth. They think by locking him up, they have weakened his movement, but the opposite has happened. His message has grown louder. His warning are now confirmed by global voices. And every day he remains in prison, the government only proves his prophecy right. Kanu's voice is dangerous, not because it lies, but because it tells the truth. The final question, whose independence? Nigeria is celebrating 65 years of independence, but whose independence is it really? Is it the independence of Boko Haram fighters who are released and pampered, while innocent villagers bury their loved ones? Is it the independence of Fulani herdsmen who roam with guns while farmers hide in IDP camps? Is it the independence of corrupt leaders in Abuja who wave the flag while ignoring mass killings? Or is it the independence of the ordinary Nigeria who cannot sleep without fears of kidnappers, who cannot farm without fears of death, who cannot even protest without fear of bullets? The truth is bitter. Nigeria is independent only for a few. For the majority, it is slavery. For Christians in the South and Middle Belt, it is genocide. This is why Bill Maher's words sting so hard, because they expose the lie of one Nigeria. They force the world to ask, whose independence are we celebrating? And until that question is answered, October 1st will never be a day of freedom. It will be a day of shame.